Let us compare relaxed and contracted sarcomere. As we already know, sarcomere, the borders of sarcomere are two Z lines. So in contraction, these Z lines come more close together. We got the actin filaments attached to the Z line. We got the myosin thick filaments. And I will add one more structure here, which is a protein that works like a spring, like a mechanical spring. It's called titin. So that's the Z line. This is the actin. This is the myosin. And we know that the region made of myosin only is called the H band. So, when contraction occurs, the Z lines come closer, the filaments slide, and the sarcomere shortens. However, it has its limits, because the sarcomere cannot become shorter, because no overlap between the actins is possible. Also, the myosin will reach the extreme position here, sliding along the actin, so no further shortening of the sarcomere is possible. The H band that used to be here disappears. Narrows or completely disappears. And what happened to the titin? The titin became compressed, like a spring, like a compressed spring. And titin compressed, and it helps in a reversal process called relaxation. Now let's briefly discuss various types of skeletal muscle we have in the human body. The first type to be mentioned is type 1, and these fibers are pretty resistant to fatigue. The initiation of their activity is slow, and they are also called red because they contain significant amounts of myoglobin, which is a protein similar to hemoglobin. It also binds oxygen, but in this time it binds oxygen inside the muscle. There are plenty of mitochondria, and from biochemical point of view, this type of muscle is specialized in oxidative phosphorylation. Which is the most efficient process of utilizing glucose and other substrates rich in energy, which produces carbon dioxide and water molecules with very low energy, And the outcome is like 36 ATP molecules. So therefore it's fatigue resistant. While the type 2b is the opposite. It's fatiguable. It's fast but fatiguable. It's also called white because it contains low amounts of myoglobin, less mitochondria. And from biochemical point of view, it's more specialized in glycolysis. In anaerobic glycolysis, the product of which is lactic acid, and only 2 ATP molecules. The lactic acid, if it accumulates in the muscle, if it's not washed away by the blood, it lowers the pH of the muscle tissue, which we feel as muscle pain, and we perceive it as muscle pain or even cramps. The type 2A are intermediate. The fibers that utilize both mechanisms more or less evenly, and various muscles of human body contain various proportions of type 1, type 2b or type 2a muscle fibers.